Over the years, we've seen some big developments in West Bloomfield Township, whether it's the Orchard Lake Corridor, new buildings, new houses, new places of living and interest all throughout every corner of our community. And some of that is from creativity of developers, and a lot of that comes down to also the creativity and the vision of West Bloomfield Township itself for both today and in the future. A lot of that goes back to their master plan, something that our township is in the process of redeveloping as we speak. And here to join us to give us more insight on that process is Wade Burkholder, the Deputy Director of West Bloomfield Township Planning and Zoning. Wade, thanks for being with us.
Thank you. Good morning. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, glad to have you on to talk about this because it's something that usually happens behind the scenes, but the people of West Bloomfield have a chance to provide some insight on this, and it plays a really critical role in the future of our community. So take us through the master plan process and why this really is a critical thing for our community going forward for years to come.
Sure, absolutely. The township currently has a master plan dated back to 2010. So a lot has changed over the last 15 years in terms of, the vision and the goals for the community. So what this master plan project entails is development of a new plan, building on the old 2010 master plan to guide the long-range policy decisions of the township leadership, create a plan for the future development of the community, all while creating the goals and objectives that the community has in mind. What we are doing right now is we just kicked off the process, and we are in a time period for community input. So over the next 2 to 3 months, we will be reaching out to the community to talk to them about their vision, what they would like to see for West Bloomfield Township, how they would like to see the growth and development happen, where the appropriate growth and development should happen, and so forth. So once we, hear and meet with the public, we will take what we hear and start crafting those goals and objectives into the plan. So over the next 10 to 15 years, we will know where we need to focus on with regard to development and transportation and housing concerns and those sorts of quality of life issues that every community faces. But like I said, we are about 15 years into our old master plan, so it's time to update.
And you mentioned community input playing a really big role in this. What do the people of West Bloomfield, what do the businesses and the organizations of West Bloomfield want to see in their community for the future? And you mentioned they're going to have a number of opportunities, a number of different ways to provide that input. Now, what does that look like in the coming months? Are those going to be town halls? Is that during our municipal meetings, maybe a combination of both?
There's a combination of both. For example, last evening we participated in the trick or treat event with West Bloomfield Parks, and we were able to reach out to approximately 600 young families in the community, and we have developed a survey for any member of the community to take, and I can provide that web link at the end. It'll ask specific questions, regarding housing, regarding the types of uses that are available. And by uses, I mean, do we need more retail? Do we need more restaurants? What kind of things would you like to see in West Bloomfield Township? We are also planning to attend a few of the Connect happy hours, as well as doing individual stakeholder interviews. We're going to be talking to the Chamber of Commerce to get the small business, viewpoints on the community. We'll be talking to developers that have built some of our larger projects here in the last few years. The school district, we intend to reach out to get a younger student perspective, because they always have a little different viewpoint, being younger, and what they would like to see the community to develop into. And so we also have 2 open houses planned between now and the end of the year to have and invite the overall general public to attend as well, so we can make sure to hear their views and thoughts on how the development should occur over the next decade or so.
You can find more information on all the business being done through West Bloomfield Township on their website, wbtownship.org. Another great opportunity for you to learn more about how development happens behind the scenes is to tune in to municipal meeting coverage with us here at Civic Center TV, with broadcasts of both the West Bloomfield Township Zoning Board of Appeals and Planning Commission meetings regularly on our live channel and available on demand on civiccentertv.com. Wade Burkholder is with us, the Deputy Director of West Bloomfield's Planning and Zoning Departments, as we talk about their master plan revisions going forward. And Wade, this plays a big role in the vision of the future of the community, but it can also have a major impact on economic development of our community and sustainability for the township going forward. How does economic development and, of course, sustainability, creating a community that can last as it is for years and be helpful to its residents and others, how does that factor into what goes into ultimately remastering that plan for the community?
Sure. Well, we look at things like our current demographics. We look at, the types of housing we have and what types of housing we may be lacking in. We look at certain opportunity zones where there may be some vacant land, vacant parcels that may develop into, a housing complex or new housing, or we may look at a shortage of assisted living facilities, or we may look at specific uses that the market is missing here in West Bloomfield, and we can set goals that will influence township policies to attract those items that we are currently lacking or need more of. We also look at the master plan and how the effects on the environmental features, such as the wetlands and woodlands, are being affected. So what the master plan really is a tool for is it is a tool for future changes to our zoning code, to our woodland ordinance. So the master plan is just the overall vision and guide, but when you get into those other documents, those are actually the regulations. So the master plan will inform those other documents, and we will have, checked in and vetted this through the community, through the planning commission, and through the township board to know where we really need to focus on. So with regard to all of those different areas of the community, land use, transportation, environmental features, sustainability, such as, do we want to be a forefront or be a leader on the electric vehicle sector out there now, which is growing in popularity. So there's a lot of new techniques and a lot of new ideas that the 2010 master plan did not, anticipate, where we now have some new vision and new ideas that are floating out there. And it's a matter of, you know, getting West Bloomfield Township to be the forefront and the forerunner in some of these situations and areas that I think we have a good opportunity to guide through this process.
Wait, about 30 seconds left with you here, but before we go, you mentioned that there's going to be plenty of conversations and opportunities for input throughout the rest of this year. Overall, as we're looking at the timeline on the master plan revisions, when can people expect for this to be maybe up for a vote or up for a full overview?
Yes, we are targeting August of 2025, so just a little under a year from now. And once we get this initial public outreach completed, we aren't going away. So you will still have time to comment once the plan is actually